It's tough being a Raptors fan, honestly, bro, because, they shut off the season pretty poorly, and then they went on that streak. RJ Barrett gets hurt, and now what? We're losing like 6 of the last 7 games. It's bad. We rely on Jakob Porto a little too much, like he's Jokic or he's Towns or something like that. And then, our guys don't even look like they want to play basketball. Our supporting cast is not there like they were during that win streak. It's just looking like bad basketball, honestly. RJ Barrett looks like a lot more. He looks a lot more important than a lot of people thought he was. I think RJ Barrett is a little more important than Quickly because he does the little things on the defensive end. He hits his open shots, cuts to the basket. I do feel like RJ Barrett is very, very important, so I'm not really advocating to trade him. I think he's a key part, so if you can, make some trades without trading him, I feel like we'd be a lot better off. I don't know, it's bad to see. Like I said, it's from the 1-4 start to the 9-game winning streak back to the lose of 6 of the last 7. Like, it's bad. Raptors definitely need to make a move. Obviously, it's not nothing to say we're worried about yet, but can we compete? Honestly, do we beat a Detroit? We look terrible against Boston. We cannot beat the Knicks. Orlando, Miami, those teams, for some reason right now, they're looking like they're better than us. So I do feel like Raptors need to do something, whether that is trade for, what the rumors are saying right now, Anthony Davis or somebody else. Honestly, we traded for a star, injury-prone star, if you want to say, with Kawhi back in the day, trading our star piece in DeMar DeRozan. Do we do some of that again? We don't know if it's gonna correlate the same way in terms of we're gonna get a ring out of it, but we'll definitely be contenders if we trade for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is still a solid. I won't say solid. Anthony Davis is still an elite big man. Can't take that away from me. He's still an elite big man no matter what you want to say. The whole Kawhi situation, it worked out in our favor, obviously. I can see it being somewhere sort of similar. Like, I can see us competing in the East. I can see us getting out of the East with Anthony Davis. It's just the West. Do we beat a OKC? Do we beat a Denver Nuggets? Do we beat a Lakers? I can see us contending with a Jokic. I can see us contending with the Lakers with AD. OKC is just, that team's a little too good right now. So I don't want to talk about that. But let's talk about Raptors. And if we do target Anthony Davis, which I feel like we should. Honestly, I was kind of skeptical at first, but Jakob Poeltl has played less games than Anthony Davis since the 2023 NBA season to now. And I guess because Anthony Davis gets hurt in the weirdest ways, so that's why they want to call him, street clothes Davis, whatever they want to call him over there. But the Raptors have a lot of core pieces. Like, they have Scotty Barnes, they got Brandon Ingram, you got Quickly, you got RJ Barrett, you got Jakob Poeltl, and that's our main five. But one thing is missing, and like I've said before, it's a true defensive anchor and an elite rebounder. I don't know. Having no rebounds is really it's crazy to me. I don't know how we have one 7-footer and nobody else after that. There's guys out there, man. But what if Toronto actually flipped the script and they actually started targeting Anthony Davis? That could lead turn them into real contenders, like I said before. Like, you have a core of Barnes, Ingram, Quickly in AD, or you have Barrett and AD. I'd rather have Barrett and AD. As much as the shooting might not be there, I see how it works. Those guys are reliable shooters in terms of, if they're open, they can knock down their shots. AD's rim protection is second to none in the league. He definitely has a legitimate chance if he played a full season. And Raptors staff, when it comes to health staff, it's great. Shoot, obviously we did some load management with Kawhi, but Raptors have a really good support, a really good staff in terms of health. So, and I feel like it's one of the top in the league, and I'm not just being biased. But the 2025 roster, like I said, you have your Barnes, Ingram, Quickly, Barrett, Portal, and a mix of young guys. You got Ochai, Grady, Jacoby Walter. You got Jamal Shed, some solid guys. Scotty Barnes is averaging pretty much almost 20 points a game. He's averaging 8 rebounds, 6 assists. You'll get you a steal, get you a block. That's what you. And then you have Brandon Ingram putting up some good numbers this year. Offensively, he does what he has to do, especially in late crunch time situations. If you need a bucket, you give it to Brandon Ingram, and that's just what it is. Emmanuel Quickly has ups and downs. I think the most consistent guy this year has been RJ Barrett, even though he's been out. But all those guys, like I said, Raptors had 4 guys, 3 guys averaging 19, and then I think Quickly's right underneath it. So you have 3 guys 19, and Quickly's right there. So they have a lot of two-way versatile players that could do both. But like I said, no rim protection. Jakob Poeltl's not somebody you're like, oh yeah, Jakob Poeltl's is under the rim, can't go there. I don't know. I definitely think we need to do something there. That's why I think the payoff will be massive if we can go and target a rim protecting big like Anthony Davis, and he's a good rebounder, and offensively we know how what he could do. I definitely feel like it's something we should definitely target. Anthony Davis not averaging the best stats this year. I think he's averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, around 3 assists, and he's shooting like 52% from the field, I believe. I know some of those stats are down because he's been getting hurt throughout those games and not returning. And we all know Anthony Davis stats, or just his presence alone, is a lot better than the stats that I just showed. Anthony Davis, top big man, offers rim protection, shot altering defensive rebounds, all of that. And that's exactly what the Raptors lack. Historically, Davis averages like 25 or 24 a game, 10 plus rebounds, 2 to 3 blocks per 36 minutes across his whole career. And you're telling me you insert that with the Raptors, they're not getting nothing? Especially someone like Darko, who is prides on, defense, we need defense. Bro, I'm telling you, that AD is definitely what we need. The defense, the rebounding, the scoring, we need it. Ingram could be our go-to guy. Just leave it at that. We just need someone like that in terms of defense, rebounding, that just alters shots. As much as AD doesn't like playing the 5, I don't think him playing the 5 here would be that bad, because you have someone like a Scotty Barnes who's really great at defense, and then Ingram is showing that he's capable defender. So I do feel like it'd be a pretty solid pickup for us. So obviously, you would like to see a lineup of Quickly, Barrett, Ingram, Barnes, and AD, but Dallas not doing that unless they got a haul of picks. With Jakob Poeltl and a bunch of young talent like a Grady, Ochai, Jacoby, and a bunch of picks, but it's like, do you want that? Completely get rid of your whole bench, all your supporting cast? No, I don't think so. So like I said, you get a top tier. You have top tier perimeter guys if you do get AD. Do the Raptors just? What kind of trade package do you give up? Like, I have a few in mind. Like, you can give Jakob Poeltl, RJ Barrett, and maybe like a first round, and maybe some like cheap rotation players for AD. But I also do feel like Poeltl and RJ with a first round pick. As much as AD is a really, really good player, he's also someone that hasn't been proven, to be there exactly when you need him. But like I said, Jakob Poeltl hasn't really been either. So it's not a terrible trade. Like, it works salary wise as well. Another pick I have is strictly just RJ Barrett. You have 2 first rounds, maybe like a Grady Dick or Ochai Agbaji, because he is on an expiring contract. So I think that's more enticing to teams than a Grady Dick. Obviously, you sacrifice some, like I said, some rotation scoring and like long flexibility for that. But I would rather trade Emmanuel Quickly before I trade RJ Barrett, and that's just me. I feel like our team will be a little bit better. We could have Jamal Shed running the point guard. As much as Jamal Shed is not a proven scorer, he is a really good defender, and like I said, he's a floor general. He passes the ball, he makes the right reads, he makes the right plays, and I feel like that's something you can always, if that's something you can rely on with your point guard, then you have 4 other guys on the court that are proven scorers and then can score when they have the ball in the right position. You know what I mean? So like, targeting Anthony Davis, I feel like is a benefit for us, as much as, like I said, it's a hit or miss. But Raptors are that organization to do stuff like that, right? Obviously, Masai's not there, but Bobby Webster is. He's been under Masai, so I feel like he had some say in some of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if I do see Raptors throw in a package and complete a package for Anthony Davis. Like I said, it's a high risk, high reward type of thing. Especially if we're not giving up our main core like Scotty Barnes. I feel like I would keep a Jacoby Walter. I would trade a Grady and an Ochai. So if we keep Scotty Barnes, we keep a Jacoby Walter, we have a Jamal Shed. We still have a little promising, future. We did have RJ Barrett we signed, and we still have Brandon Ingram as well. So we still have something there, right? So I feel like it's a high risk, high rewards. But Anthony Davis, I feel like will play 100% better on the Raptors than he is in Dallas. And for some reason, I feel like he won't be missing as many games. Like I said, our Raptors medical staff is actually really good. So it will boost us up defensive rebounding, second chance points, opponents points in the paint. They can't just do what they want to do. Overall defensive rating will jump up. Threes will be kind of iffy, but Raptors are never really a team that hits threes anyways. Like I said, once we're open, we hit threes. You know what I mean? So like I said, 80 does rebounding, points in the paint allow, second chance points, defensive rating goes up. Assuming his health stays, moderately good. Plays around 30 minutes a game. And all those, he's realistically boosting us up to be contenders in the East. I don't see any team matching up with us if we have Anthony Davis, regardless if we have RJ Barrett or Quickly. If we have a main 3 core of Barnes, Ingram, and AD, brother, that is wild. As much as trading for AD likely push the Raptors into the tax limits, and we do have some depth loss. loss or whatever, I do feel like it's a risk, but it's a risk that I'm willing to see for this year and in the future, because I don't see where the Raptors can go from here, honestly. So my conclusion, I truly believe it is a win now situation for Raptors. To pair up AD with Barnes and Ingram, and we'll see how it plays out from there. Because like I said, Raptors haven't had a big like that with presence. What, you want to count Jermaine O'Neal? No. Chris Bosh? Yes. I don't know. But what do you guys think, Raptors fans? Like, should we go all in for AD? Should we sacrifice some depth, some pick, just to get someone, they consider street clothes? But honestly, I feel like he'll be good. But let me know in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and then we'll talk about it down there. See you guys in the next one. Peace.